Hello, I'm Matthew Jude and welcome to Call the News, the board game news show that's not scared of the truth. Unless the truth is dressed like a clown and covered in spiders. There's a lot of board game news and this is my chance to talk to you about the news that grabbed me by the eyeball and made me feel some type of emotion. So good or bad or like meeting in the middle somewhere with some kind of like nostalgic melancholy. That'll get you. Here's the news for yous. And up top we have new game news in a segment I call New Game News, which I should probably make a little bit more exciting. New Game News. Yep, I got it. First up is that Terraforming Mars is coming back to Kickstarter soon. When? I don't know, but really soon, like maybe next week soon. We don't know the official name of it yet. We don't know much of anything yet. We certainly don't know why Matthew is dwelling on what we don't know. How did you get to my auto cue? But we do know this is going to be in a really big box. This new box isn't just a new box, it's a storage solution for everything Terraforming Mars, and it's going to include all new custom city tiles, forest tiles, ocean tiles, special tiles, Julius tiles, 3 new mystery tiles, fancy game markers, card dividers, and all in one big box big enough to house a goose. And hopefully my own custom expansion, Terraforming Mars, Alone in Space. Honestly, that's just a bottle of whiskey and a megaphone. It's really good. Oh, God. Sorry, my shining's kicking in. I think the Op are releasing some new games. Also, someone's robbing a bank in Wyoming. And I have an important message for anyone named... No, board game news. Board game news. The Shining, Escape from Overlook Hotel, is going to be a new entry in the Coded Chronicles series, which is an at-home escape room where one or more players take on the roles of Danny and Wendy, and my guess is run like crazy around a freaky hotel, solving puzzles and using The Shining itself to reveal hidden clues. Also, they announced a Come Play With Us 100-piece puzzle, and as a twin myself, I feel comfortable saying to you, no. No, I don't want to play with you. Twins scare me. Sorry, I just took a moment's break to eat an entire box of Ferrero Rocher. Stress is a funny thing. And there's of course the announcement of Small World of Warcraft, which just like Luigi's Mansion of Madness, Halo Lands and Kingdom Hearts Death Monster slaps an IP across the face of a popular game, and to hell with the consequences. The consequences being everyone saw it and there was the collective sound of people muttering, that makes sense. You'll be vying for control of Azeroth alongside orcs, dwarves, trolls and Worgen. See? Worgen, that's new. Huh? And you'll be pairing up with the likes of Portal Mage Pandarans and Herbal Goblins as you claim land and hunt down powerful artifacts. Though, if you're like me and only ever played Warcraft 1 and 2, then you could just create an army of peons and try to revolt against the system itself, and to hell with the consequences. The consequences being you have 4 million gold, but no survivors. Next, in a segment I call Trophy Strife, because I think we already have a graphic for that. The SPIEL de JAHRES Award nominations were announced, and for you that don't know, the SPIEL de JAHRES is just German for
Tasteful German Reference.
Nova Luna, Pictures and My City are all contending to be crowned bestest game in all of Germany as they go up for Best Family Game. My City by Rainer Knizia, the Doctor of Fun himself, is a legacy tile laying game. Nova Luna by Uwe Rosenberg and Corny van Moorsel is an abstract tile laying game, while Pictures by Christian and Diana Storr is a party game all about using an array of building materials to help depict one image from a tableau of many. And while I won't be telling you who I'd like to win, I will say that
we wish all the nominees the best.
The Kennerspiel or Connoisseur game nominees has Cartographers, the role player Roll and Write, which is actually a flip and write because they don't care about your rules. The Crew, Quest for Planet 9, the cooperative trick-taking game that I'm sure I've never given an opinion on in the last episode. Side note, I love The Crew. It's one of the best games of all time. It's incredible, and I love it. With gusto. And The King's Dilemma, where the king has one guard that can't lie and the other guard talks in riddles or something. I don't know. It's like a storytelling legacy game. Then, of course, there's the Kinderspiel, which has Photo Fish, Speedy Roll, and Versin di Robota, which I've written phonetically. All fighting in a battle royale to be the best children's game, which will also secretly sell way more than all the other games combined. Best kept secret in board games. Also, I'm not real. And there are a lot of other great games that made the recommendations, though I noticed that my game I designed isn't on there. Again, on Porpoise, the aquatic mafia game of CD adventure. On Porpoise. It's a porpoise. We won't know the winners until July 20th, when they're announced. And talking about The Crew, which I have no opinion on. I love The Crew. Thames and KOSMOS are celebrating their nomination by releasing 9 brand new missions for you to fail at multiple times with a group of friends you start to resent. This is all happening at the print and play section of their website, where you can also now get extra stuff for Drop It, 2 mini expansions for Imhotep, 5 mini expansions for games in the Legends of Andor series, and a demo version of Ubongo. All of which can be yours, and these are literally print and play, as opposed to my surprise German version of Macau, which was print, existential dread, cut, paste, get angry, buy more glue, sleeve, get angry again, play. 180 cards. What a world. And next segment is called Pokemon Men 10.
We're not having a segment on this channel called Poco Momenten. We're not having one called Poco the Climbers either.
Fine. Pokemon news. So, in this lighter news, and by lighter news I mean, of course, news that doesn't directly affect me in any way and is only really board game adjacent, deals with $600,000 worth of counterfeit Pokemon figures that were seized by US Customs in Pennsylvania last week. The figures were, and you'll love this, not only flagrant abuse of copyright, which is a terrible idea, which we would never do, but also choking hazards, as well as being poisonous. And this problem with counterfeiting happens in board games too, so consider this a public service announcement to do your due diligence. Just if you're buying something online and it's too good to be true, it might be poisonous. Or just, you know, fake. There's a new way to play board games online coming to an online near you, and it's called Tabletop Playground. And while unconnected, this also comes right about the same time Asmodee seems to be taking down all their games from Tabletop Simulator. Basically, everyone's playing games online, so there's a lot of news about people playing games online. Tabletop Playground offers realistic physics, which hopefully means I can throw things at other players, as well as a cross-platform 8-person multiplayer and VR, which sounds really cool as long as people don't throw things at me, because that has been an issue in the past, if I'm honest. I'm a very sore winner. But before we get to our biggest news of the week, if you have any news of your own that's board game related, as lovely as they were, I don't think that cat really was hosting a seance. At best, that cat was just at a seance, but the pictures were cute. We have an email address where you can send news to, and that's news@watchitplayed.tv. It's on the online. The biggest news of the, well, as far as board games are concerned, it's the biggest news of the whole convention season, which now runs for about 51 weeks a year, but Essen and Gen Con have both cancelled. Well, Gen Con cancelled. Essen was just postponed, but they did postpone by a whole year and rename it Essen 2021. You know, as someone who frankly doesn't really get on with other people, I still find this news to be massively disappointing, as I, like a lot of the board game community, just really love conventions. They're like one of my favourite things, and that's me saying that. But it's also completely understandable, and a matter of time for both these juggernauts of the industry. I mean, we knew it was coming, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a little bit sad, like the last bite of a really nice piece of toast. But the news isn't all bad, as with the cancellation of more conventions comes a new wave of online conventions, and while most people still aren't really sure what an online convention actually is, that doesn't stop the fact that there are a lot of them. Essen have announced SPIEL Digital, which is pretty much all we know about SPIEL Digital. Gen Con have announced Gen CONline, which has additional details to be announced in the coming weeks. And for a list of over a dozen online conventions, you can check the description right below. And with that, I'm Matthew Jude. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.